Hey all, it's Jess from Sunflower Dairy. It is a beautiful day and I am out here in the garden, and we have had a frost for several days in a row and an actual freeze where it got below 32 degrees. It's actually been in the 20s at night. So I'm going to show you what can survive in the garden in cold weather. So I'm going to give you a garden tour, show you all of these cold hardy crops. If you're new here and you haven't been here before, we're zone 5B, 6A. We try to do a garden tour pretty much every week to show you what we're growing, what we're harvesting, what we're planting, and all of those gardening things. All right, let's get started. So we have been cleaning out the garden quite a bit, but we still have this alyssum here, which is a ground cover, and it's a brassica, and it grows around other plants so it doesn't suffocate them. So that's perfect if you don't have anything in your garden beds and you want to make sure grass seed doesn't grow. That's a good covering. All right, coming into the garden over here, we have kale. Kale is cold hardy. As you can see, that's just doing beautifully. We have Brussels sprouts. Check out those Brussels sprouts. And I remove the lower leaves on the Brussels sprouts so that the Brussels sprouts have more room to grow and the plant will actually focus on Brussels sprouts instead of growing leaves. We have a bunch more kale over here. This is a curly kale variety. Swiss chard. That grows beautiful in the cold weather. Just look at the color on this. See that color? That is beautiful. And then look at this one behind it. Look at the color of that. That's really beautiful. All right, onions. These are cold hardy. As you can see, you don't want to leave your actual onion bulbs in here, but if you have like a green onion, that is perfectly fine to leave in here. As you can see, these are doing great. So green onions are in here doing beautifully. If you want a cold hardy flower, calendula will be here up until it snows. So some people will put this on salads, or you can put this in oil and infuse the oil for salve and skincare. And there's a couple different colors. I have some yellows in here. There's some oranges. So that's nice to give some color in the garden. Still cleaning out a few things. I left the beans, obviously they were taken out by the cold, but I left them here to hang on the trellis to dry so I can have the seed for next year. All right, there's some brassicas in here, cauliflower and broccoli. They're growing. And check out celery. Celery is also cold hardy. This has been great, no damage at all to the celery from the cold. So just look at that. And celery takes a while to grow, so it's best if you can leave it in the ground as long as possible. There's some lettuce growing in here. Lettuce is cold hardy. Look at those beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful lettuce. There's also cold hardy herbs. If you didn't know, cilantro, people think of this as a summer crop because they think of, peppers and tomatoes and salsa with cilantro, but actually cilantro loves the cold. Cilantro actually bolts in hot weather, so if you want cilantro, grow it in cold weather. And it even overwinters, like it will be underneath all the frozen stuff and it'll be perfectly fine, and it will be there in the spring when everything melts. That's pretty cool. Another thing that is cold hardy is carrots. So carrots, as you can see, the carrots are here. There's quite a few carrots under here. I have a couple that I can pull. This is a white carrot variety. And there's, let's see if I can find any more that are ready to show you some other varieties. Looks like that's it for right now for the carrots. But carrots, you can pretty much leave these in the ground for quite a while until, everything starts getting covered and frozen. But some people, they will mulch their carrots and, just kidding, there's another big carrot. Look at that one. This white carrot variety is really beautiful. So these, like I said, some people will actually mulch their carrots so that they'll be protected from the cold, so that they can come out and actually pull carrots in the wintertime. But that's up to you if you want to try that or not. But I just leave them in until, it's really, really cold and everything's starting to get covered. Then I usually pull them. But you can leave carrots in if you want carrot seed. They will overwinter and then grow carrot flowers in the next year. So beautiful carrots for another cold weather crop. Also another cold weather crop, beets. These are yellow beets. And then I should have some red beets in here. There's a red beet. the red and yellow beets, that's another cold hardy thing. Another cold hardy crop. Bring you over here for this one is rutabagas. You see that rutabaga in there? There's a rutabaga. That's a big one. That's going to need to be pulled pretty soon. But rutabagas are cold hardy. And people like rutabagas for using if they don't have potatoes. They will cook them up just like potatoes. So that is another cold hardy crop. It's rutabagas. All right, all, thanks for coming on this garden tour and seeing all of these cold weather crops that can survive in the cold. Thank you for watching. Have a blessed day.